Hello, my name is Alex Valest, and welcome to the Nighttime Kitchen. Now, as I did state before, I will not be doing potato bread and storm brew as I normally would do. Instead, I had to find myself a backup recipe, which I did, and today I will be making apple crisp. Now, this is a really quick and simple recipe if you want to just have a quick snack or just make something nice for your family. Now, first thing that we got to do, get our oven preheated to 375 degrees. I already have that done ahead of time. After which, you're going to want to move on to your next piece, which will be your apples. Now, normally what you can do is you can take just about any kind of apple for this recipe. Normally I would use something like Granny Smith or Golden Delicious, but due to what time I have, I'm going to be using just a regular Red Delicious apple. Now, it's not too hard with these kind of fruits. It's just, apples are probably one of the most commonly used fruits for desserts, if you ask me. It's, well, apple of the world, really. Not sure how to put it. Now, what you really got to do is you want to peel each of these separately. Now, for most of these, you're gonna want to get most of the peel off all the way down to the center of the cores, so that way you can get as little skin as possible for when you're cooking this later on. The less skin you can get on the fruit, the better. Alright, so once you're done with peeling your apples, next thing you're gonna want to do is core them out. Not too hard of a thing to do, just take a simple apple core, or if you don't have one, take a knife. All I gotta do is take it straight down through the apple. It can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but you'll eventually get it. Darn slippery pans. Now, sometimes you might not get all of the apple or the core itself. Not too much of a problem. Just take out the core again, and you can just take out the rest of the core once you've already cut through your apple. So you just want to core all three of these. Shouldn't be too hard. We got that done. Next is on cutting. Just cut through your apple in half. You can do it straight in the pan, or you can do it on a nice big wooden cooking board. So what you're going to want to do is just take it and cut it into about fourths or eighths, depending on how thick you want it. Eighths will do just fine for this one, since you got some nice slices in there, a little bit of skin on the edge there. And you're just going to want to cut through all these, make sure you get all the core pieces. Keep doing that until you get a nice pan full of them. Alright, so once you have your apples completely done, just push this off to the side for now. And what you'll want to do next is making the topping. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2/3 cups of flour. Now what you normally do is you take this, put it through a sieve, but I just go with a nice light scoop, shake it up a bit to get it nice and loose, and just put it in. Nothing a little extra won't hurt with. Now once you got that done, you're going to want to take your brown sugar. Now this, good stuff. This is what you're going to use. I do not have good bits of this. And for this is where you get a lot of flavor from for your topping. Just plain sugar and flour doesn't do much for flavor, but what you can do. Now, for the brown sugar, you're going to actually want to take this and pack it into the bottom of your cup, so that way it's nice and firm in there. Get a nice little round of brown sugar. Pack each one. It doesn't matter if you get it completely full or not. There's bound to be a little bit extra on the top. And after that, I'm going to be wanting some shortening. Crisco is what I always use. And for this, I'm just going to be taking another nice third cup. It's a lot of shortening. And again, you want to take all this, pack it into the bottom. You can just use a spoon. Make sure it's all in there. Just strip it all out. Make sure you get any little bits extra off the sides. Once you got that done, best part, you just got to mix it. You can usually use 2 knives, but honestly I like to use my hands a bit. Lets you work in there. And yes, you're going to want to make sure that you washed your hands before. Yes, I always do. Want to make sure you get all of the shortening off. Make sure it's blended nice and well with the flour and the brown sugar. Scrape off any extra. Alright, so once you're done mixing, you should get nice crumbly little topping for your apple crisp. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your nice crumbly little topping, start generously pouring it over the top. You're going to want to get it nice and even, because if you don't, then it's going to have a hard time distributing the rest of it. So you're going to want to take all of it. Just what you can do is just take it, dump it on top, and just spread it around with your hands a bit. Mix it in. Get all the topping in there. Make a nice, even flavor for it. All of it on. Alright, so now that you have your nice topping for it, you're going to want to just put that aside for now. For my favorite part, just take a little bit of sugar, a little bit of ground cinnamon, give it a mix. You'll get this fine cinnamon sugar coating. What you're going to want to do is, just going to want to take it, sprinkle it over the top, get a lot of nice flavor in there. This is what's going to give you a nice little rich syrup at the bottom. And that's one of the best parts of this dish. You can get that nice syrup at the bottom. It'll give you a lot of good tastes on there. And now that you got your nice topping on there, what you're going to want to do is just take this, pop it in the oven for 30 minutes. At the 375 degrees that you put in earlier, and you will be good to go. And once it's all done baking, take it out of the oven, and what you got yourself, nice hot apple crisp. Always going to want to make sure you have gloves on when you're pulling it out of the oven because this thing gets really hot, but it's lovely. Nice topping, got nice dark brown. You can see a little bit of the juices caramelizing on top. Apples may be a bit dry if you don't cover it properly, but in the end it just turns out to be a really nice dessert. So, hope you've enjoyed our little show here, and hopefully I will see you next time on Kitchen Nightlife.